With ESPN releasing their power rankings, I released my own power rankings of the top 5 teams in the league. The number 5 team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have one of the most talented offenses in the NFL, and if they can stay healthy, they can make a deep run in the playoffs and possibly win a Super Bowl. My next team is the Oakland Raiders at number 4. The Oakland Raiders have done a great job in free agency and especially through the draft to upgrade their team on offense, defense, and special teams. And they definitely do have a good coach in Jack Del Rio. Then at number 3, I have the Green Bay Packers. With any team with Aaron Rodgers on it, they're going to be in the top 5 probably no matter what. And yes, their defense still needs a lot of work, but Aaron Rodgers is absolutely spectacular. And with the addition with Martellus Bennett, that makes their team even more dominant and scary. And when you look at them in the NFC Conference game, if they didn't make a couple mistakes on offense early on, that game could have been a lot different and maybe had a different outcome at the end of the day. Then at number 2, I have the New York Giants. With the addition of Brandon Marshall, and even though Brandon Marshall is a good player, not a necessarily great player, it's what the Giants need. They definitely struggled on offense, and they do need a big body wide receiver that Eli Manning needs to throw to. A Plaxico Burress-esque kind of wide receiver that can bring that big body in there, and so he can fight for the sideline, and to just have that guy there that you can use in the red zone. And I think that Giants makes them especially threatening, especially with their defense that's been so dominant in the secondary. All they need is one more pass rusher, and that could be the number 1 ranked defense in the league. And then at number 1, no surprise, the New England Patriots, when they're coming off of winning the Super Bowl in 2017 and annihilating the offseason and improving their team drastically and clearing up all the holes they need, it's really hard to say that they're not the number 1 team in this league. Now, the 2 teams that I've left out were the Cowboys and the Falcons. Now, the Cowboys and the Falcons are still pretty good teams to their defense. But for the Cowboys, they lost a lot in free agency, and I'm not too impressed with their draft. And one thing for sure about the Cowboys is with losing that depth on the offensive line, I want to see how Dak Prescott does scrambling, and I want to see how Ezekiel Elliott does rushing. Because the Cowboys, they don't need a top 10 rush offense in this league. They need a top 5 rush offense in this league to be considered in the playoffs because they are probably the heaviest running team in the NFL. And with their better holes in the secondary that they definitely release a lot of their key veterans here and there, it definitely makes them concerning. And I don't think they're going to be as dominant as they were last year. Now, with the Falcons, even though they went to the Super Bowl and almost won it and were just inches or seconds away from winning it, I still don't think that they're that great of a team, and I still look at Matt Ryan as not elite. Yeah, he did play like an elite quarterback in 2016, but in 2017, it's going to be hard for him to rebound after this, and I don't really have much faith in him exactly. But overall, their defense still looks pretty good, and I think they still definitely have a chance to make the playoffs. But overall, guys, what's your top 5 teams in the league?